I just received my first ZimaBoard, and in regards of box size, this package could easily be confused for tablet or even cell phone. Box is simple and easy to open as you would expect, and first thing that you are going to find in it, it's welcome note from Lauren, founder of iSwellTech. And I actually really like to see letters like this. It feels like that manufacturer really wants to provide the best possible experience for its customers. It's kind of breaking the ice and makes some deeper emotional connection with the product. And immediately after welcome note, you are going to find some really nice ZimaBoard stickers. And then we arrive to the product itself. Now, first thing that we are going to unpack, it's a power adapter. ZimaBoard works on 12 volts, and the maximum current that could be provided by this adapter is 3 amps, which means that maximum consumption of our ZimaBoard is 36 watts. And as you can see, this power adapter is delivered with forks for multiple regions. Now I'm going to use my razor blade in order to cut through this plastic foil. I can say that quality of box itself, it's not bad at all. It feels really nice on touch. And finally, let's open this box in order to see what we have inside. There you can see on the right our ZimaBoard wrapped with anti-static bag, and on the left we have user manual. So I'm just going to pull it out from this anti-static bag so we can start playing around with it. In regards of connectivity, on the top side you are going to find a power socket, 2 USB 3.0 sockets, 2 LAN sockets, and 1 mini DisplayPort socket. On the bottom 2 SATA terminals, and on the side 1 PCI Express. Next step is to set up your board, and in order to do that you have to connect network cable and power adapter. Then plug in network cable into your switch or router, adapter into a power socket, and finally when you see lights on the back of your device you know that your ZimaBoard is operational. Now, in order to log in to your ZimaBoard for the first time, only thing that you have to do, go to your favorite web browser and in address bar type kazaos.local, or if for some reason MDNS doesn't work, what you can do, go to your router local network and find KazaOS host name and find its IP address. Now open new tab and type that IP address. In my case it's 013. It works all the same. So when you access KazaOS for the first time, you are going to be prompted to create a new account. So just click on Go, select your username and type your password twice. Well, of course you can use securely generated password, and by the way your web browser should save this password for the later use. I'm not going to use that, I'm going to provide my own password. And once again, I'm going to create my account. Okay, my password needs to be longer. Let's try with this one. And finally and officially allow me to wish you welcome to KazaOS. So definitely the first thing that you should check out if you're new to KazaOS, it's terminal. And you're going to access it with this small icon. Now, if I use account that we just created in order to log into my terminal, what is going to happen? You see, we cannot log in. This is a mistake that is usual to people new to KazaOS. And why is this happening? This is not exactly a problem because your SSH works perfectly. Although it has OS in KazaOS name, KazaOS is still not operating system in the full sense. It's more software layer or image, if you wish, atop of another operating system. That is Debian 11 in this case. This account, Kind Spirit Technology, can be used only to access web interface of KazaOS, but not Debian 11 operating system that is hosting it. If you want to log into operating system that is running your ZimaBoard, you are going to use another credentials, KazaOS and password KazaOS. And we are in. But now, this raises another question. This means that anybody who can access your local network can access your KazaOS using these default credentials. And that's absolutely true. If I use my terminal from my own operating system, and if I type SSH, KazaOS, and if I provide IP address of my server, 013, if I provide password KazaOS, you see, I'm in. And this is definitely something that you don't want. You want to limit access to your server. And there are two possible ways to solve that problem. First one is to change password for KazaOS user. And another is to create another user and to prevent KazaOS user to log in through SSH. So in order to show you that, I'm just going to log out. We don't need this terminal. We are going to do that through this web terminal. And in order to change password for your user, you are going to type command sudo passwd and you are going to provide username. So it's KazaOS. Now I'm going to provide password for KazaOS. It's KazaOS. And now I'm going to provide another password. And once more. So now I'm just going to type exit. So now you can see credentials that we used in our previous case, and I'm going to click on eye icon so you can see that password is also KazaOS. Now if I try to log in, you see we cannot do that. But if I change password to my new password, 11983, or type any other password that you like, if I try to connect now, you see, it works. So that's first method. And before we continue to second method, I want to change password to its original value. So I'm going to use sudo passwd KazaOS. Now I'm going to provide 11983 and I'm going to type KazaOS again, KazaOS. Password updated successfully. Let me try. KazaOS. All right. So now, second method is to create another user and to exclude KazaOS user from SSH. So first step in this method is to create another user. So I'm going to use command sudo, of course, user add KST for Kind Spirit Technology. Okay, I have to provide a password. It's KazaOS. Now we have to add this user to sudo group. So it's again sudo add user Kind Spirit Technology to sudo group. Next step is to set password for KST user. So of course sudo passwd KST, and I'm going to add new password. All right, we have it. And now I'm just going to log in as KST, and I have to provide that new password. All right, we are in. Now if I type who am I, not misspelled, I'm KST. And final step for this method is to exclude KazaOS user from SSH. For that we have to edit one file, so I'm going to use command sudo again. I'm going to use nano editor and we have to edit file etc ssh sshd underscore config. I have to provide password. Go to the end of this file. We are going to add one line. We are going to add line, deny users. You of course can provide multiple users, but I'm going to provide just Casa OS. Ctrl O to write these changes, Ctrl X to get out, and now I'm going to use sudo systemctl ssh, no, not ssh, restart ssh. Now I'm going to type exit once again. And now if we use these credentials, if I click on connect, no, we cannot connect with Casa OS. What we have to do, we have to provide Kind Spirit technology, and I have to provide password for Kind Spirit technology 1198.3. If I connect, boom baby. But now if you are logged in, you can use Casa OS again, so just use command switch user and Casa OS. Provide password for Casa OS, and we are logged in as Casa OS. And I'm just going to close this terminal. Our next subject is dealing with apps, and first way to install app to your ZimaBoard, it's with command line. So I'm going to log in with KST, and now we are going to proceed to install one app like with any other Linux operating system. And because we are dealing with Debian now, we are going to use apt in order to do that. So with sudo apt install, and I'm going to install NeoFetch just as example. Alright, I'm going to clear my screen and I'm going to call NeoFetch. Sorry. Alright. So in this way you can install application directly to Debian operating system. But now I want to show you how to deal with Casa OS. Basically there are two ways. Open your app store and check app in this list that you want to install. For example, I'm going to use transmission. So just click on install, next step, and wait until transmission is installed. Okay, now first what I want to show you, go to these three dots in the corner and go to settings. So as you see, Casa OS uses Docker images for application. And up here you have a Docker image, you have a tag, this is a version number, then a name of application itself, a link towards icon, and next fields are about web interface. So in order to access our transmission through ZimaBoard, we have to type casaos.local port 9091. So basically this application is hosted as web page. And down here you have some other settings like network and port settings. And from my point of view, it's not too wise to play too much with these numbers. Of course you can change port number or something like that. But if you change something that you should not, you could easily get yourself with broken application. So down here we have some files configuration, and with environment variables we are going to deal with something interesting. So in here we can change a user, we can change also ports, and we can change time zone. And I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to set Europe Belgrade, and I'm going to change user to KST and password to 11983. Okay, I'm going to save this. Wait until it restarts. All right. So now what I can do, I can just click on transmission. We are going to get new tab open, and now I'm going to log in with KST and my password, sign in. Save it, and we are in. You could also open new tab and type casaos.local column 9091 transmission. Okay, I'm going to close this, and there is one more way to install your app in CasaOS. Go to App Store, but now first open another tab and navigate to Linux server.io. In here, go to Fleet tab. We don't need this tab anymore. In here you can find tons of different images and applications for your CasaOS. And I'm going to show you just one example. We are going to deal a lot with this page, but for now I'm just going to explain how to install Audacity from this list. Okay, you can choose any other whatever you like basically. So I'm going to go with Audacity, for example. And you have container info in here, but what is much better, go directly to Linux server Audacity Docker Hub. Okay, go down, and in here you have instructions for installation. Why is this web page much better for installation? Because with these instructions you are going to get more details. What in case of Docker, it's really important not to get yourself with broken application. Now what you are going to do, go to CasaOS and in this app store go to custom install. Now go to this icon, import, and now you have Docker Compose and Docker CLI. Open this page with Docker Compose, copy everything from this window and paste in here. Now with Docker CLI, copy everything from Docker CLI, copy, and paste in here. So you have both of these sets of data. Click on Submit. You see that we have pop-up windows that warns us that we should add additional data, but for the most part we are fine, so click on OK. I'm just going to add the title, so it's Audacity. If you want, you can add a link towards some icon, but I'm not going to do that. And in here I'm just going to set port in Web UI to 3000. This is default port for Audacity. What else do we have in here? Okay, we have time zone. I'm going to change that to Europe, Belgrade. And I want to set credentials, so I'm going to add, let me see, there is a list in here, no custom port, custom user, I'm going to take this one, custom user, it's KST, and I'm going to add one more, password. There are many more, you could make some experiments with it. So password, I'm going to provide my password. Okay, and now I'm just going to click on install. Alright, now we have Audacity installed, so now I'm just going to click on it. And wonderful, so everything works perfectly. Now we have to address another question. Can ZimaBoard be used as a regular desktop PC? It's definitely not built with that idea on mind, but it still can be used in that way. You just have to connect your peripherals. Let me show you. On back side, you have a mini display port that can be used in order to connect your monitor, but I'm not going to connect my monitor in that way, at least not for now. Aside, you have two USB ports that can be used to connect your keyboard and mouse. And aside, we have PCI Express port. And in here, I have one graphic card. I'm going to connect it to my ZimaBoard now. So I just bent this piece of metal in order not to damage anything. And now, gently. And we have graphic card connected to our ZimaBoard. Monitor is connected and now I'm going to turn on my ZimaBoard. Wait a minute. Alright, we are booting. And we are in. Subject for today is installation of another operating system, and ZimaBoard actually can support many. So let's say that you want to install something else, like Ubuntu Minimal in this case. And why I actually chose this operating system? Because it's easy to install and very easy to use. So first thing that we are going to cover in this episode, it's actually downloading and setting up our USB flash. And in this case, as you see, I have 64 gigabytes USB flash, but 4 gigabytes is going to be enough. Because Ubuntu Minimal installation, it's 2.7 gigabytes. And another thing that we are going to need, it's monitor. But as you know, in some of my previous episodes, I showed you how to use external graphic card in order to get video output. And in this situation, we cannot actually use that solution. In order to get video output, we are going to use this converter. This is mini DP to HDMI converter cable that I'm going to use to get video output to my TV. And of course, let me show you. Second USB port is going to be used for my keyboard. Well, if you understand this part, in next part of this video, I'm going to do downloading of operating system and setting up my USB flash. Alright, now navigate to ubuntu.com, download server, and click on download. Manage your tracker settings if you wish. And as you see, I am already downloading. So I have to wait around half an hour until it's done. So now I'm going to stop with this video and I'm going to continue when this downloading is done. Okay, now we are done with downloading. So I'm going to open my files. You see that we have image of Ubuntu Live Server. Next thing what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug in my USB flash and I'm going to use Pop Cycle USB flasher. So I'm going to choose image first. So Ubuntu server, open. I'm not going to do any hashing, so next. And I'm going to use my Kingston Data Traveler 3.0. And finally, I'm just going to click on next. I'm going to provide my password. And we are flashing. Alright, so now we are done. I'm going to close all of this and I'm going to eject my USB flash. It's probably already disconnected, so I'm just going to pull it out and I'm going to put it back in order to check the result. Okay, we have Ubuntu server installation. Now go out and I'm going to pull it out from my computer. And the next step, I have monitor, network cable, power cable, keyboard and my USB flash connected. So first thing that you are going to do after powering up your ZimaBoard, start pressing delete on your keyboard. Now go to boot, go to boot option priorities and make sure that your flash device is selected as first choice. Then go to save and exit, save changes and exit. Yes, and we are good to go. Try to install Ubuntu server, select that one. Alright, on first screen we are going to select our language. So I'm going to select English. Variant English US, it's totally fine. I'm going to check done. Alright, now we have three options. We can select Ubuntu server. This is default option with most of packages that you are going to need. I'm going to select this one. And in here you can see that ZimaBoard already figured out my network. So I have IP address. This is good to go. We are not going to use any proxy. We are testing Miro. And this is totally fine. I can go on. And I want to use entire disk. I don't want to use any encryption. And all of this is totally fine. I'm going to press enter once again. Yes, I'm sure that I'm going to continue. And now I'm going to create a user account. So KST, that's fine. Server name is server. Username KST. Password. I'm going to use some simple password like. And once more. Okay. Okay, I don't need Ubuntu Pro, at least not for now. Continue. Absolutely open SSH server. I absolutely need this one. Allow password authentication over SSH. That's totally fine. And about keys. What's in here? I can import keys from GitHub. No, I don't want to do that for now. So what else I'm going to need from this list? You can install Docker, Mosquito. I think I'm not going to take any of this. And we are installing. And we are done. So I'm just going to reboot now. And I'm going to start pressing delete. And as you see now I have to remove my USB flash. Alright, let's continue. Okay, we can log in to Ubuntu now. Let's do it. And finally we are going to log in to our new Ubuntu minimal server. So with KST, with password, yes, KST and password again. Alright, we are in. Alright, we are back on my computer and now I'm going to SSH to my ZimaBoard. So SSH KST at my ZimaBoard IP address. Yes, I want to connect. Password. Alright, we are in. So first thing what I want to do now, I want to call neofetch. No command, it's not installed, so sudo apt install neofetch, provide password. Alright, we are installing. Alright, I'm going to clear my screen and I'm going to call neofetch. Alright, we have our Ubuntu 2404 on our ZimaBoard ready to be used. Hey guys, welcome to another episode on my channel. So today we are going to talk about how to install a new instance of Casa OS on your ZimaBoard or on your PC for that matter. So first navigate to casaos.io and copy this command. Open your terminal. And now we are going to navigate to my ZimaBoard with SSH, KST and the IP address of my ZimaBoard. I'm going to provide my password and we are logged in. And as you know, in my previous episode I installed Ubuntu server on my ZimaBoard, and now I'm going to paste this command to my terminal. And I'm just going to press enter. Provide password and we are good to go. Installation has started. And we are done. And as you can see, this is a quite fast process. So I'm just going to reboot my ZimaBoard. I'm going to clear my screen and I'm going to give it a minute. Okay, now just go to your web browser, open new tab and navigate to IP address of your ZimaBoard. So in my case it's 192.168.0.26. Alright, click on go and I'm going to create my account. I'm going to add my password. And I'm going to click on create. And we are in. So guys, that's all for this episode. I hope that you like this content, so please like, subscribe and see ya!